Quarantine crafts, quarantine crafts. When you're stuck at home with your kids and you don't know what to do, you can do quarantine crafts, quarantine crafts. Today on Quarantine Crafts, we're going to do the Wacky Wild Person Hunt. Woo! Here's the deal. Screenshot this and you won't even need to watch the video. But you can still watch if you want. So all you need is paint and paper. Dollar store paint, cheap Walmart paint, acrylic, watercolor, kids paint. Doesn't matter. I don't care. We use whatever you want. Technically, you could just get a bunch of colored Sharpies or Crayola markers, whatever. And it's paper. Paper's it. Now, I got cardstock. That's going to work a little better. If you have cardstock, you should use it, or any kind of heavier paper. You technically could use cardboard, but that's going to be a lot more heavier cutting. And we want to have fun here. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to fold this in half and then fold it in half again and again. As many times as you want to fold it in half to get the size you want. And obviously you can get more paper and fold it some more. So you can make as many of these as you want. But I think this is going to make me 8. So now you just draw your wacky wild person. And the way you do that is by drawing a wacky wild person. Like that. Cut them out. Oh yeah, you're going to need scissors. These are industrial scissors, so they're cutting through this pretty good. But if you are using cardstock and you do fold it 8 times, you're going to probably need some muscle or some heavy scissors. So if it's too hard, obviously just unfold it 1 time or 2 times. And you can do these individually. You can cut out 1 at a time and trace it. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. Even as much as these are industrial, I'm finding it a little bit muscle-inducing. But that's fine, because I'm going to build up my my in-between thumb pointer finger muscles right in here. This is called the in-between thumb pointer finger muscle. That's the scientific term. It's actually Latin. It sounds like in-between thumb pointer finger, but there's a whole bunch of accent marks and stuff that show you that it's actually Latin. So, voila. Now, with the rest of this, you can just go up over a balcony or some high place in your house, lean over a railing carefully, and when somebody walks by, just drop all this on top of their head, and carefully. You don't want any of these sharp points to get them in the eye, but just say, hey, look out, I'm dropping giant confetti on your head, and then they will scream and giggle with delight because everybody loves giant confetti dropped on their head, especially if it's like a family member who just had their hair done, because it's not like they're going anywhere. Everybody is staying in the house, so you can just say, hey, giant confetti on your head, close your eyes, and if you think this might be not safe to poke someone in the eye, then don't do it, and I never told you to do it. Okay. How many do we have here? Probably a bunch. Just as I suspected, there is exactly a bunch. Let's get started. Now, I got this big canvas because I like to do my painting and make another painting while I'm doing painting. But you could just put down some wax paper. You could put down some newspaper, saran wrap, another piece of notebook paper. Like, you could literally just make these with your notebook. You don't need to. You can make it with notebook and markers. I mean, there's really no right or wrong. So now you just want to have a lot of fun. You could plan these out. You could make like one guy who's all black and red, and one person who's like pink, green, and orange, and one person who's like yellow and teal. Or you can just do what I'm doing and just be completely irresponsible with it. I added some water to this red, so I think it's going to be a horrible mess. Yep. Runnier paint tends to work better, so maybe take your paint and add a little bit of water, maybe like in a little cup or something, or I don't know. I really don't know. Why would you add white on top of white? Well, if you do intend to blend it, like you'll see, I think I want to do next, sometimes the white can lighten up the colors, and sometimes darker colors will overpower the light colors in most kinds of painting. So you tend to want to use a little more light and a little more dark. I mean, a little less dark if you want like an even distribution. But I could probably sign this right now, Matson Pollock, and just sell this canvas like this for like maybe 1.7 million if anybody wants to buy it, or maybe I'll put it on the Etsy page, or maybe I'll just mess it up. Lay, 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 lay. Lay, 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 lay. La 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 ole. Ooh. I'll get some plastic knives or a spackle knife, or just cut yourself another strip of paper or 2 or 3. And you can begin the next process, which is to find out where these little men or women or people are hiding. Where are they? I don't see them. Where'd they go? Where'd you go, guys? Hello? I think they're gone. Oh, there's one. I think, sort of. There we go. Yep, that's a one. That's a person. Whoa, he got all melty. Oof. Maybe grab him quicker. Get up, person. Oh, he's slipping. Oh no, his head came off. That was not what we intended. Who came up with this idea? Look at the pretty colors. Ooh. What were we doing? Oh yeah, let's get these people off. All right, I'm just gonna go in with my hands because I'm afraid otherwise they're gonna get hurt. Oh man, these people got really saturated. All right, let's take them off carefully. Carefully. Okay. Oh, that's a cool one. Look at that. Neato. And let's move him or her or it to a safe location. All right, let's get the next one. It's the one that lost the head. Let's find the head. Excavate the head. We're going to do a medical surgery here. Get that head back on. Okay. And definitely use wax paper because these are going to stick to the canvas again once they dry. So I have to figure out what to do next. I don't even know where these people are hidden. Where'd they go? I can't find the rest of them. Stop the tape. Technical difficulties. Oh, you broke my leg. I'm the gingerbread wacky wild paint man. Help. I think we found the leg, or maybe it was someone else's leg. Let's see, where's the... Wait a minute. 1, 2, 4, 7, 3, 9, 11, 14, 8. Oh, we got them all. They're all safe and sound. Let's figure out how to keep them from sticking to this canvas. Look at my fingers. I think I'm just going to frame my fingers. Would anybody like to purchase these fingers? So kaleidoscopy, colorful. Now, I would say just smear the paint really thin so that it doesn't get too gloppy, but then you're going to lose all these crazy wild color formations. So I think we're just going to lift these guys up every few seconds so they don't stick. And, oh, you know, wait, I did get wax paper. Hold on. So add this to your list. Maybe we should have done this on here in the first place. Goodbye, amazing canvas. And one of these really could come in handy. A little palette knife. Uh-oh. I'm going to say use a ton less paint than I did, or much thinner paint, and probably move your guys a lot sooner to a safe location, because this paint really is like overpowering this, even the cardstock. Okay, I'm going to guess I should let these dry for several hours, because thick paint might actually give them strength once it's dry, but right now it's just this huge hazard. But I'm kind of really enjoying them. I think I'm going to start naming them. Maybe you guys can name them for me in the comments. All right. If you want them to dry faster, a hair dryer, carefully, would probably do the trick. Or just put them near a fan, kind of, kind of near a fan, and that will help too. But other than that, just let them dry. In the meantime, let's have fun with this. Oh yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yeah, be careful not to smear the paint too much, or it just starts to turn into like a grayish, greenish, uniform, icky, gross color. But if you do just a little bit, can be lots of fun. Just a little bit till the day is done. Oh yeah. Just want to smush my face in there and then rub my face all over the walls. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that. There might be kids watching and getting ideas. Don't do this at home, kids. Maybe at school. No, don't do this anywhere. Let's try this guy. Ooh, I like that. That's much better. It lifts and it spreads without making too much mess. Oh. Oh yeah, this is definitely a thing. I'm liking this. This is going to be a new art style. Alright, if I keep going this way and I don't flip it over, the colors come out nicer. Oh, this is amazing. You guys, you have no idea how much fun you're missing out on because you're not doing this. You should totally do this. You can do a really quick zoom in too if you want. Alright, that's good. Yeah, this is pretty good. I don't want to blend it anymore because the really pretty colors start turning into icky greenish brown when you squeeze it. But I do want to fill in all these little white spots. So I think I'm just going to add a little more paint. Just in a few little dot key locations. Some of the prettier colors of paint. 2 hours later. So I think these guys are pretty dry. I'm taking off the wax paper now. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, they're peeling up pretty good now. I let them fully dry. I tried to peel one up earlier and he started to get stuck. It was this guy here. Now he's like, look at that. His arm is in trouble. What can we do? Can we save the arm? Doctor, can we save the arm? I think we did it. Good work, doctor. Thank you, doctor. Oh yeah, this is super fun. Wacky wild people. Okay. That one has like a full diaper. This one is carrying a sword. Okay, if there's any excess, you can just, cut it off like you would anything else. It cuts off really easy. Very simple. There. Now, you might want to take the wax paper again, fold it over, and flatten them between 2 books for about half an hour. If they got all wrinkly and crinkly and you want them nice and flat, this part is kind of optional. Now, we don't have books here because we don't really know how to do much learning, but we do have wood. So we're going to flatten ours between 2 pieces of wood because that's all we have. And then we'll put something heavy on top of the wood. Like maybe we'll just hire someone to sit on it. That'll be a good use of our resources. Okay, good. They're all flat now. If you have googly eyes, you can glue them on now. But if you don't have googly eyes, then you just have to get a little piece of paper and just cut out some little eyes and put little dots on them to make them into eyes that are not googly. But if you have a hole puncher, you can punch some holes and just use the little paper spots that come out. They'll be just about the right size. But I don't have a hole puncher or googly eyes right now, so I'm just going to have to do the old-fashioned way. Just cut out some little circles and just glue them on. Okay? Okay. Take your time. I mean, but you're staying indoors all day. What more are you going to do? This will keep the kids busy. Just teach them how to make little teeny tiny cutout circles. It's a fine motor skill. It'll build their neural connections. It'll make your kids smarter than the kids next door that are just watching SpongeBob all day, right? Because your guys are cutting out little teeny tiny circles, and it takes some brain power when you're 8 years old or whatever, however old those kids are that are hanging out at your house. Or maybe you're just a kid at heart. Maybe you're like a big chubby adult and you just want to be a kid and you want to cut out some little teeny tiny circles. Well, if that's who you are, then you be you and you cut out them circles. You cut out them circles like nobody ever cut out some circles before. You know what I'm talking about? So let's do this, okay? Yeah. I can't even find glue, so I'm going to have to glue them on with a little bit of paint. That's fine. I don't mind. And now you could play the Wacky Wild Person Hunt game. It goes like this. Take each Wacky Wild person and bend their feet a little bit so they can stand. Now that's not going to let them stand all by itself, but you lean them up against something or you scotch tape their head somewhere, like inside a refrigerator, inside a closet, up against a picture frame, next to the cookie jar on the counter, all over the house. One person hides all the Wacky Wild people and the other person has to hunt for them. And when they find all of them, when they find all however many you made, I made 8, maybe you made 10, maybe you made 23. I don't know, but somebody hides them all and the other person has to go around and find them. Maybe you time them. Can they find all the Wacky Wild people in 5 minutes? And how many points did they get? Let's say after 5 minutes, they find 7 of them and there's 10. Okay, so they get 7 points. And then that person hides all the Wacky Wild people. And then the other person hunts. And let's say they find 9 out of the 10. Well, that person gets 9 points. So you keep score. And then maybe slowly you make rules about how you can hide them in more hard to find places. But maybe in the rules, originally, like the first round, all the Wacky Wild people have to be completely visible. You can put them anywhere, but they have to be completely visible. Like you can't cover them up. And then the second round, you can cover up half of them. Like one leg and one arm has to show. Or like a head and one leg has to show. You can cover them up, like hide them sticking out of a book somewhere or something, out of a magazine. And then like the final round, only one appendage, like one arm or half the head or one leg can show and the rest of it can be hidden. So you make rules like that. And so as it gets harder, you keep score, who found them And you have to time it. One person hides it, next person has 5 minutes to see how many they find. And then at the end, you add up all the numbers and you see who wins the game. So like 3 rounds, I think that's a good amount, like 3 rounds. And then you play another game, or maybe the winner plays the next person. So this is wacky, wild, fun time, you guys. Oh my gosh.